Hey up, Angus the singing driving instructor here again, and you're welcome to this video on the parallel park, teaching you how to do the parallel park. So you've possibly, we've talked about doing this on your next driving lesson, so that might be a reason you're here, or it could be that we did it on your last lesson and you're wanting to just recap things, or again you could be a bit nearer your test and maybe just need to sort of revisit it a little bit. Okay, so the parallel park, what it is the examiner will potentially find a parked car somewhere at the side of the road and ask you to pull up behind it and then pull out and then reverse back in within the space of 2 car lengths. Okay. So that's what the manoeuvre is. What the examiners are looking for you to do is do it with good all-round observations, so effective observations as usual, and controlling the car accurately, okay, which you do by moving slowly and steering accurately, okay. So that's what we need to be sort of considering ourselves, or concerning ourselves with rather. So I'm going to give you a formula for how to do it. It's got set reference points and things within it. So we'll do that here, and then so that would sort of be the explanation of it, if you like. I'm then going to cut in a video of me doing it as well, which will kind of be the demonstration element of it, and then obviously we'll be able to practice it on your driving lessons. So let's crack on. Now, that is the parked car with the peonic look that the examiner has asked you to pull up behind. Now, the examiners tend to use the phraseology I've heard them use is, I'd like you to pull up on the left behind that blue card, or however they identify it, but please leave yourself space to pull off again. Okay, so that's what you need to do. Don't go too close up behind it. So you're going to end up in that sort of position there. Okay, and what you're looking to do when the examiner asks you to do the parallel park, they'll explain that they want you to do a parallel park, because there is another manoeuvre that they might do here which doesn't include the parallel park, but it's what's known as a move off at an angle procedure, which we shall talk about on your driving lessons. Yeah, so you could be in this position thinking you're going to do a parallel park, but it's not actually a parallel park. But it is, the move off an angle procedure is incorporated within doing the parallel park, but it's going to detract from what we're doing at the moment here, so I will talk about that separately with you. So you've ended up behind this parked car. The examiner is wanting you to sort of pull out and then reverse back in within the space of 2 car lengths. Okay, so you're going to select first gear, and again put your door mirror down. I say again because that's what you do with your bay park as well. So you're going to put your door mirror all the way down to the floor, because that is going to give you a reference as you're reversing, and it won't make much sense at the moment until we actually do it on your lessons. Now, your starting position, you're aiming to get your car so that you are approximately a metre from the car you're going to reverse in behind, and so that when you look through your back quarter window at that corner of their car, it appears in the bottom of your quarter window. Okay, so I'll maybe cut in a couple of photos to show what that looks like as well. So that's your starting position. Now, to get to that position, you're moving off into the road, aren't you? So what you need to do is make sure that there ain't anything coming along this road, because you don't want to pull out and block the traffic. So you need to make sure you take effective observations, and you also so you've gone blind spot left, checked your mirrors, good look down the road, good look behind you, blind spot to the right before you move, and then you move halfway out, and then before you continue you have another look over your right shoulder. This is the move off at an angle element that I was referring to. Now at this point here, if something sort of comes around a bend, whether it be a little bit bend, possibly a bit further up the road. If something came around the bend, you don't want to continue. So this is giving the opportunity just to knock it into reverse, make sure it's safe behind you and back out of way. Yeah, you don't want to be having to stop and block the traffic because it just puts you under pressure. So that pause there allows you to sort of deal with it if that's the case. You're then going to move nice and slowly forwards into this position. Yeah, so about 1 metre from him, and so that the back corner, or if it's the other way around, it could be his front corner, is in the bottom quarter window. Okay, so when you got to that position, if you want, you can stick your handbrake on. You're then going to select reverse gear, and you're going to take effective observations, and you're going to put 3/4 of a turn to the left on the steering wheel. Yeah, so 3/4 left. So that's going to put your wheels like that slightly. You're going to make sure there's nothing on your right hand side, so you're checking your mirrors. Obviously you're looking ahead as well. You look through the back window, then turn your head around, look in this blind spot, because your bonnet is going to go that way, and if there is something coming along the road, you're going to shove your bonnet in way, so you need to make sure that there isn't anything there. Once you're happy it's safe, you're going to creep the car around really slowly until the same part of his car is then halfway down. To me, it looks halfway down when I do it, but as you sort of move around and back, keeping 3/4 steer on, it comes, that part of their car again, which was in your back quarter window, now appears halfway down your passenger door. That's what it looks like to me, but it might be slightly different to you with your seating position. When you get to that position, you're going to stop. There's quite a lot of stopping in this manoeuvre. So you're going to stop, and then you're going to go the opposite with your steering. So you're going to go right 3/4, okay? Which has the effect of putting your steering wheels back to straight, okay? Now, the next bit is where your door mirror comes in. Remember, we put your door mirror all the way down to the floor. So what you're going to do now is creep the car in and back. So you've effective observations before you move. You're creeping the car in and back until, looking in your door mirror, or monitoring your door mirror, because it's not the only place you're looking, you get the curb appearing in a particular reference point, which we'll talk about when we're doing it. Yeah, and I'll possibly post a photo in here as well. Okay. You know, insert a photo here. When you get to that position, so the reference point in your door mirror again, what you're going to do is stop again. Okay, you're then going to continue this steer to the right. Okay, so you're now going to go right full lock. Okay, so that then puts your steering wheels, getting a bit scribbled this, sorry, over large wheels, look, full right lock allows you then to steer the car slowly again, effective observations, creeping backwards and in until you get parallel. So you're creeping the car in until it's parallel. Yeah, when it's parallel, strangely enough, you stop. Okay, and then you can put your wheels back to straight. Okay, you know it's parallel because you can, well, there's various ways you can do it, but you can look at your door mirror, you can get yourself parallel with the car that's parked in front of you. And obviously looking down road helps as well. So when you get to that position, you're going to put your steering wheel back to straight. Okay, so that formula hopefully is going to help you. So what I'll do now, I'll cut in a video here of me doing it. Excellent. See you in the lesson. Okay, Angus here again, and this is the parallel park demonstration element. Okay, so a bit of commentary as I do it and demonstrate how to do it. Okay, so
On your test, the examiner's pulled you up behind a parked car and you've left yourself space to pull off again, so you can pull alongside the parked car in front of you, which in this case is this black Focus that's in front of us. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, let's get on with it. So, first thing I want to do is put the door mirror down all the way to the floor. Mirror, mirror on the door, point it out there, bloody floor. And then I'm going to select first gear, have a good look around. I'm remembering to do the move off an angle procedure, which is the partial move. Yeah, so all my mirrors, effective observations to the right as well. And I'm going to move halfway out, and then I'm going to pause at that point there. What I'm doing is looking down the road to see if there's anything coming or behind me again. Okay, so I could actually, if there was something coming, stick it in reverse gear and just move out of the way. So this is the pause. I'm having another look, a good look down the road, and then I'm going to approach nice and slowly alongside this black Focus, about a metre from him, and so that his back light, or in this case his back light, but it could be his front light if you look all the way around, or that corner of the car, is in the bottom of my quarter window. So I'll stick a photo in here what that looks like. Select reverse gear. I didn't put my handbrake on, but you can do, you don't have to, as long as you're in control of the car. Effective observations. Look to the right again, 3/4 of a steer, and I'm going to nudge the car around. I had a feeling I needed to look again there for some reason, over my shoulder, and I'm creeping the car around nice and slowly, but observations, still looking over my right shoulder as well, until I get the corner of his car halfway down the door, which looks like this. And now straighten the wheel up, and I'm using my door reference point. Okay, so door angle over the curb, which looks like that. Full right lock. Effective observations, monitoring what's going on until I get parallel in the curb. When I get parallel, I stop, straighten the steering wheel, handbrake neutral, Bob's your uncle. Put your mirror back, mirror, mirror on the door, point it away from the floor, and then you don't forget when you drive off. Okay, so effective observations, controlling the car accurately by moving slowly and steering efficiently. Okay, that's the parallel park, or a version of it. Okay, see you on your lesson. Cheers.